Welcome. My name is Kiera, and we talk all things beauty over here, and sometimes I do true stories. If you're coming back, welcome back, and I appreciate you so much. Let's hop into today's video. Huda said this is their last big palette ever. I'm super excited to hop in this palette with you guys today. This is the Huda Beauty Icy Nude Eyeshadow Palette. The packaging is so top tier. I don't want to touch it. Seriously. Look how beautiful this is. This palette is limited edition. It's cruelty free, high shine finish, metallic finish, shimmer finish, press powder formulation. So first I'm going to start off with doing my makeup. We're going to do an eye look using this palette today. And then we're going to go in and swatch each shade. The first shade I laid down was Faux Fur. They described this as a chocolate brown matte. The second shade I went in with was Lavish. Now I'm going in with Avalanche. Now this is a white matte. I feel like I had to build it up. Now, I do notice that it's a lot of light shades in this palette. So for someone of a deeper skin complexion, I wonder would it show up on them? It's only 3 deep shades in this palette. I wish it was more. It's a lot of light shades. I really appreciate how huge the mirror is inside of this palette. Now I'm going in with the shade Platinum over the white, and this is beautiful. I think this one is probably my favorite shimmer so far. It's described as a silver metallic, very beautiful. Now I'm just going to go in and clean up my edges and go in with a black liner. I did go in and add the shade First Class, which is a peachy matte, to like the center of my eyelids just to make it pop a little more. I'm going to go ahead now and just finish up my makeup. I went in with Faux Fur on my cheeks just to see how it would look, and it wasn't blending that great. I know that they're not used for blush, but I just want to try it out because I want the look to all come together beautifully. Then I went in with the Sephora Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is great to use as a lip liner. If you don't want your lip liner to move, definitely give this a try. And if you want to see more shades of Sephora Matte Liquid Lipsticks, definitely check out my latest video. Now I'm going to go back into the palette and take a little bit of Faux Fur and add it to the outer parts of my lips. And then I also went in with a little bit of Lavish and just blended that out. Then I went in with this very light pink gloss on top. And that is the finished look. Now let's go ahead and swatch each shade. Now the one price for this palette that I paid at Sephora was $70. To be honest, I feel like this palette should have had more darker shades, only 3 dark shades. For it to have 18 different shades, definitely could have been some more darker shades, but the shimmers are freaking beautiful. As you can see, when I swatch the lighter shades, they don't really show up. It's like they disappear. I personally feel like you have to have a good eyeshadow base for these lighter shades to show up. If you're a darker skin complexion, I went in with some concealer over my eyes before I applied the shadows. My favorite thing about this palette probably was the packaging, I would say, and the shimmers were nice. But overall, I don't think this is a palette that I will reach for all the time. I would say the shade VVS on my ring finger was my favorite shade. Out of them all, it does have a little bit of fallout. That's really about it. I personally would just buy that shade by itself. They stated that this is a sparkly pink trio chrome. The glitter shade did have a little bit of fallout, so just keep that in mind. I would recommend this palette to anyone that's looking for a lot of cool tones. If that's your thing, if you like shimmers, I think this palette should have just been shimmers and glitters. That's about it in my opinion, because half of the shades were way too light to even show up. I couldn't even properly swatch them. Ladies, I would love to know if you're thinking about purchasing this palette. Have you already purchased it? What is your thoughts? If you're a darker skin complexion, how is it showing up on you? This was a quick, speedy review. I will rate this palette a 6 out of 10. For this palette to be $70, I feel like I can only do 1 or 2 looks out of 18 shades. So that is my honest review on the Huda Beauty Icy Nude eyeshadow palette. I do think the look came out nice. I love the packaging. And if you are a Huda fan and you just want to add this to your collection, go ahead. That pretty much wrap up today's video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the chat, and don't forget to subscribe.